Knicks family, what's poppin'? Is your boy. Please excuse the nasal sound in my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, probably from so much traveling last week. But I want to give you my 5 takeaways from last night's loss to the Boston Celtics. Number 1, the Knicks just do not have the offensive firepower to deal with a team like the Celtics when they're as hot as they were last night. The Celtics shot 53% from the field. They shot 53% from the three-point line. They were 27 of 51 from the three-point line, ladies and gentlemen. They only took 88 shots on the night. Yes, the Knicks had Julius Randle with 29 points, R.J. Barrett with 27 points, Jalen Brunson with 22 points. Hartenstein had 10 points and 14 rebounds. Derrick Rose had 10 points. But it still wasn't enough to compete with the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown with 30. Jason Tatum with 26. They had somebody with 17, 14, 13, 12. 3 guys with 7. Just not enough firepower, ladies and gentlemen. Not enough firepower. So the Knicks have to do it another way. They've got to do it defensively. You can't compete with these teams at this point, scoring the ball at such a high clip and efficiency rate. You got to do it defensively, and they have not done it defensively this season. So that leads me to my second takeaway. Perimeter defense, ladies and gentlemen. All season long, the Knicks have been atrocious playing perimeter defense. And last night was a lot of the same, even worse. Tom Thibodeau is grabbing at straws to try to figure out what to do on the defensive side of the ball, especially on the perimeter. Against the 76ers, he put Fournier on the bench, brought in Quentin Grimes. Well, Grimes was out last night, so he brought in Cam Reddish. And I thought Cam Reddish played admirably. Still, there's some confusion. When teams do a pick and pop, pick and rolls, the Knicks seem confused about who is supposed to defend who. You see 2 guys running towards the ball. You see 2 guys running towards the shooter. You see 2 guys running towards the roller. So my question now is it scheme, or is the message getting across to the players about how to defend pick and pops, pick and rolls, et cetera, et cetera? All night long versus the Celtics, you had guards penetrating and kicking. The Knicks, too deep, could not get out to the shooter. You had different schemes on the offensive side where the Celtics would have a screen and roll, and then someone come off of another screen and pop to the wing. They'd be wide open for the shot because the Knicks did not understand how to defend it. If you look at the clips, you're going to see several moments, and I'm going to point some out to you, but you're going to see several moments where the Knicks were confused about who was supposed to be defending who with the pick and pop, the pick and roll, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody from the Celtics got hot last night. And a lot of it had to do with the Knicks not being able to play perimeter defense. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Doogie Howser. And I don't say that joking. I just like the guy's last name, Hauser. And I remember Doogie Howser. You get it. But everybody, even Noah Vonleh knocked down a 3 from the corner last night because the Knicks were not getting out to the shooters in time. They were a step slow every time. But I think they were confused at who was supposed to be guarding who in those pick and pops, pick and rolls, et cetera, et cetera. I want you to check out a couple of clips that I pulled out especially to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look at this. Marcus Smart has the ball at the top of the keys being guarded by Cam Reddish. R.J. Barrett has Jason Tatum. Julius Randle has Jaylen Brown, who's in the corner off the screen at the moment. Isaiah Hartenstein is guarding Grant Williams, and Jalen Brunson is guarding Derek White in the opposite corner. I'm going to go ahead and let the tape roll. Grant Williams comes up and sets a screen for Marcus Smart. I'll pause it right here because you've seen Jaylen Brown just came into the scene. Right? Grant Williams is rolling to the basket. All eyes right now are on Marcus Smart and what he's going to do with the basketball. You'll see Julius Randle getting ready to switch out on the Marcus Smart. You'll see Cam Reddish also going towards Marcus Smart. Let me let it roll. And with Julius Randle and Cam Reddish both going towards Marcus Smart, Grant Williams setting a screen for Isaiah Hartenstein, and R.J. Barrett was guarding Jason Tatum, who slid down to the corner. He's so far away, he can't get out to Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown is left wide open. But the confusion comes in between Julius Randle and Cam Reddish. Neither one of these two guys pay attention to Jaylen Brown. Whose job was it to stay with Jaylen Brown? That's my question. Somebody had that job. Did the two players not communicate? Is the message not clear as to who actually switches? That's the issue the New York Knicks are having. Let me let the tape roll. Of course, Jaylen Brown knocks down the three. Now, this next clip is a prime example of how the Knicks sag too deep into the paint and have bad positioning. You see Obi Toppin is guarding Hauser, Emmanuel Quickley on Grant Williams, Evan Fournier on Malcolm Brogdon, R.J. Barrett on Jason Tatum, and Jericho Sims on Noah Vonleh. I'm going to let the clip go and watch what happens. Malcolm Brogdon penetrates. I'm going to stop it here. You'll see Jericho Sims helps out on Malcolm Brogdon. That's the right play. Emmanuel Quickley, he's in the paint to try to help cut off the penetration. That's the right play as well. He can't see Grant Williams, but he had to help out on Malcolm Brogdon. Obi Toppin, he's in a bad position. The play is on the left side of the floor. I feel that Obi is too deep into the paint. In this situation, Obi should be flattened out because right now he has his back towards Hauser. He can't see where Hauser is, has no clue where Hauser is. Hauser could relocate to any spot on the floor. Obi would not know. So Obi should be flattened out with a hand on Grant Williams and an eye on Hauser, just in case the ball is kicked out. Instead, Obi's 2 feet into the paint, his back towards Hauser, not touching Grant Williams, which makes it difficult for him to locate the ball if and when it's passed out to Hauser. This is what happens. Late location, knockdown. Here's another play where Julius Randle and Cam Reddish are confused about who's supposed to take the roller and who's supposed to take the screener. You'll see Brogdon set a screen for Hauser, and then Jaylen Brown set another screen, and then stop it here. Both Cam Reddish and Julius Randle go with Jaylen Brown and Hauser. Wide open on the perimeter. Knockdown, ladies and gentlemen. This last clip is another example of the Knicks having bad position when guarding the perimeter. You see Evan Fournier defending the post-up player. Emmanuel Quickley, he's floating in the paint guarding nobody. And Hauser, he's on the perimeter, ready to launch. Of course, Jason Tatum finds him. Quickley's out late. Knockdown. Somehow, some way, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks have got to figure out how to guard the perimeter. They're letting it all happen. Opposing guards are penetrating to the basket and kicking to wide open shooters because the Knicks are sagging too deep into the paint half the time. They're confused about how to guard the pick and roll. Who goes with the roller? Who goes with the shooter? Who goes with the ball handler? Tom Thibodeau's got to figure something out. Is the message getting across? Do players understand? Who are the players that can execute your scheme? Are your assistant coaches explaining the way you need them to explain? Are they teaching the way you need them to teach? Because something's not clicking. If the Knicks don't get it together, it's going to be a long season guarding that perimeter, folks. There was so many good guards and wings in the league. I don't know how you expect to have a decent defense if you cannot defend the perimeter. And my third takeaway is the starting lineup you seen last night. Jalen Brunson, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, I feel like that lineup has a lot of good elements to it. You get more spacing on the floor with out there. He hasn't been knocking down the three, but he's capable of shooting it and making it. You get guard penetration from Jalen Brunson, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett. Power forward penetration from Julius Randle, who can penetrate and kick. You get added defense from Cam Reddish, plus his length out there on the floor. Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, even Jalen Brunson, they can get out on the break. iHeart adds a little bit more hustle and muscle out there on the floor. There's some good elements to this lineup, and I think it's worth watching if Tom Thibodeau will make a change when Mitchell Robinson comes back, when Quentin Grimes comes back. My fourth takeaway, I don't think Thibs is fully sold on the lineup with Obi Toppin and Julius Randle. He used it last night, went small. I think he's interested in seeing how the Jalen Brunson, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Julius Randle lineup looks. But I don't think he's sold on it, and he'll pull it quick. I'd like to see it develop a little bit more. Let's see if they can figure out how to defend together. Let's see if they can figure out how to play offense together, because that lineup, I believe, has the potential to have some offensive firepower. There's spacing, there's penetration, there's excitement, there's transition. I'd like to see Tom Thibodeau use it a little bit more, continue to use it, but folks, I just don't think he's sold on it. Last but not least, I feel like there's some positives that you can take away from this basketball game. Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, they all played well on the same night. The Knicks shot well from the field, as well as from the three-point line. That hasn't been happening this season. Obi Toppin is playing with confidence. Started off the game shaky. Got a shot together later on in the game. He's not looking over his shoulder. Derrick Rose seems like he's getting some speed. Not that he was slow, but he looks a little bit more spry to me. Cam Reddish, it seems like he's starting to feel as though he belongs on this basketball team. So there are some things to take away, ladies and gentlemen. iHeart looks like he can fit with Randle, R.J., Brunson, Cam. Some things to take away. We'll see how the Knicks do Monday night versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back on tomorrow, which is Monday, to do the game preview, to do the post-game show, all that good stuff. All right, I appreciate your patience. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.